Welcome back to the More to Us podcast. I am your host, Neil, with my co-hosts, Eli and Jacob. Today, we're talking about a subject near and dear to our hearts, football. NFL Week 7 in particular.
Bye week.
So we're going to go over the spreads, give you our predictions, let you know what we're thinking, possibly some DFS picks for you guys. Some sleepers probably. Gonna help you out. We're gonna win you some money. So today we got the Falcons and the Bengals. Bengals favored by 6.5. How you guys feel about that?
Joe Shiesty, baby, all the way. Cincy bringing it home.
I'm not taking Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust Cincinnati in any spread this year.
Wow.
Cincinnati's one of those teams they can beat anybody and anybody can beat them. And the Falcons are tough. Mariota's been playing good. He doesn't throw it much. I think last week he completed his first 11 passes. Wow. And he was 12 of 14 for the game. But didn't turn the ball over. Efficient. And they're running the shit out of the ball. I'm taking the Falcons.
You got
You know what? I'm going to go with my man Joe Burrow. I don't feel like rooting for Marcus Mariota this week.
No.
I just
Joey
don't.
B.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah. And Eminem. It's just, we already have an Eminem. We don't need another MM. Get out of here. Next up, we have the Browns-Ravens. Ravens favored by 6.5. How do we feel about that?
Ooh.
Never in your life or my life will you catch me rooting for the Browns, so I'm going to have to go with the Ravens.
I'm of the same thought.
Okay, yeah.
Plus, Lamar Jackson is balling out of his mind.
He's going nuts. He's chasing that bag this season.
I love that he's playing. A lot of guys, they don't get their contract and they hold out forever.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar's out here balling out, running quarterback. All they ever say is they get injured. Every quarterback gets injured.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
Quarterbacks go down in weird ways. Like Matthew Stafford broke his finger.
Yeah.
Tom Brady tore his ACL in whatever year that was.
Even though he's not a running quarterback.
Exactly. It's kind of a myth because it seems like the only person you compare him to is Michael Vick, and Michael Vick was injury prone.
That's very true.
But yeah, Lamar's balling. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I think I'd take the Ravens 6.5. I'd take the Ravens on that one. Next up, this is one we had a lot of controversy over. The Bucks-Panthers, Tampa Bay is favored by 13.
Wow. Yikes. Well, you know.
The only double-digit spread on the slate today.
Wow. Says a lot.
We kind of went back and forth on this. And then we looked into it. We did some research.
Yeah, so, look, I hate to say this, Carolina, but I think you guys are going to get smoked. I'm actually going to take Tom Brady in the 13 on this one.
You're not going to take the XFL stud, PJ Walker?
I don't think he can cover 13 against a Tom Brady who's 3-3, right? Okay? Last time they did that, 2012 season. You know what they finished? 12-4.
Oof.
They finished 12-4 after starting 3-3. Okay?
I wouldn't put it past
Tom Brady.
Tom to go do it again. If they're 10-3.
Tom's a city boy now, you know. He's going through the divorce and everything. He's got something more to play for, you know. Before it was legacy. Now he's got to show that bitch up.
And I think this is, I believe if I remember correctly, we were looking at this before we started the episode today. Tampa Bay is holding, they have like the 7th best pass defense in the league, and they're holding people to like 190 passing yards a game. And I think Carolina was throwing for like 167 yards a game. Wow. So
I mean, Carolina was bad
into a
beforehand,
blowout, which
Baker
it
Mayfield
easily could, because you have, I mean, who's left to play on the Panthers? The whole team's practically injured or
Christian McCaffrey traded to the Niners. More on that coming.
And what's his face?
I mean, they just got. I mean, they just fired their head coach. Robbie Anderson gone.
So
it's a shit show. It's a shit show in Carolina.
They're worse than Detroit Lions.
They are. Detroit ain't that bad.
Hold on, you're coming up next. You'll get your chance. And then you have Tom Brady, who's 3-3. Carolina, who has 3 injured running backs or 3 injured cornerbacks that are all questionable, and freshly injured center from last week. So you got a brand new guy coming in and sitting this week against a stiff Bucs defense, right? You guys aren't throwing the ball well. You got rid of your best running back.
It's just insult to injury.
They're just in rebuilding mode.
They're tanking. They're tanking. You don't fire.
All good, yeah.
What we're 6 weeks into the season. They fired their head coach. They've traded away their best player. They didn't go all in, but the Baker Mayfield experiment, I think they tried. It failed. Crashed and burned. Done. So you have no quarterback. You got no head coach. You can't really build around a running back. You need pieces. You got to trade the running back away.
Yeah. So.
Wide receiver. Your only decent wide receiver other than DJ Moore. Locker room problems. Get them gone. Rebuild the culture. It's rebuild time in Carolina.
And with that being said, Tom Brady and the Bucs are probably going to look to put an explanation point out there.
Tom Brady isn't going 3-4.
Yeah,
One man in sports you don't bet against. Tom Brady.
I mean,
in football.
You got to think he's got to turn it up at some point this season.
He's not even playing bad.
I don't believe he's thrown for over 400 yards a game.
He hasn't, but that's a lot. But he hasn't because
it is. But I think he's going to torch Carolina.
Okay.
I mean, this is a Carolina team. I know it's not the same team, but didn't they give up like 300 yards to Julio Jones one year? Or what was it?
Maybe.
That was that one year
because they were in the same division.
They put like a third string cornerback on Julio, and they just got absolutely torched by the Falcons, if I remember correctly. But I mean, look, the fact that you can't throw for 200 yards a game against Tom Brady, Tom Brady could easily make this a shootout. And if it's a shootout, they don't seem to have the weapons to put points on the board.
Nope.
And against a stiff defense with an overpowered offense run by Tom Brady, I could easily see them putting up 40 points in Carolina and being held to a measly 17 or something.
But yeah, the narrative that Tom Brady's playing poorly this year needs to end. It needs to end now. He's not playing poorly. He's not playing his best he's ever played.
One pick.
But people aren't giving Aaron Rodgers the same type of heat. Aaron Rodgers look at his stats every week except I think week 1. It's 220 to 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. And they're not winning.
Yeah. For MVP,
it's like 1 to 2 touchdowns.
That's not,
I think they both have.
We need more.
I think they both have around 8 or 9 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Wow. Yeah, so if you're
Step it up, guys.
Step it up, guys. Is here, then
And
let's dish
Tom Brady
out to everyone.
Check out Pro Football Focus. 7th best quarterback. Say what you want. If I came to you and I told you going into the year, how would you feel if I told you your quarterback would be the 7th best in the league? You're taking that.
I would.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Better than being 17th.
27th. So, Tampa Bay by 13? Yes or no?
Book it.
Yeah.
Book it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in agreement on that point. Next up, this one touching close to home. We got the Lions, Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 6.5.
I got to go with Detroit. My guys. It's not looking too well, but hey, crazier things have happened.
The Cowboys are overrated.
Definitely.
Fuck America's
team.
So
Dak's going to come back. Dak is going to get – because Dallas defense their defense got exposed last week to the Eagles. The Eagles dropped 20 points on them in 1 quarter. The Cowboys hadn't given up 20 points. Period.
Wow.
So they got exposed. And Detroit's got an offense.
They got an
Other
offense.
than when
they're not playing
Goff can't play Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has his number. We saw that when New England when they shut him out.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad over there.
Bailey
we don't
Zappi.
talk about that game.
But
we're 1-3.
But the Lions got some firepower. What's his name? St. Brown, Beast. Their running back, I don't know, is he healthy? Is it DeAndre Swift?
DeAndre Swift and Jamal.
Yes, they got the Packers' old running back.
Yeah, they're both.
So Jamal Williams?
Yes, Jamal Williams. I believe they're both healthy. Yes, and they're both dogs.
He's a dog.
They're both dogs.
I mean,
Give me the Lions. Upset alert.
Yeah,
the Lions.
sir,
I was gonna
we
say
need it.
I would go as far to say that they're.
Is that
they
in?
might
Is that
win
is that in Dallas or is it in Detroit?
Let me check. I believe it's in.
Find out real
You
quick.
tell me they don't have this ready for us backstage?
They do not. We got a shoddy crew.
Bro.
It's at Dallas.
Yeah, let's go Detroit.
You know,
the
let's
Dak,
do it, yeah.
the Dak return.
I'm not.
Spoiler
gonna lie,
return.
Yeah, I would take. I would
Dak is
definitely take
is
that.
not that guy. They're acting like Dak has gotten better since Dak got injured,
Yeah,
and now he's top 5 quarterback in the National Football League. How did Dak look last time you saw him? He got clapped by
Not
that Tampa Bay
great,
defense.
You know, Ezekiel Elliott, their star running back.
Dude,
is
come
not,
on.
you
Come on,
know,
Zeke.
he's not having the season of his life.
Highest paid back in the league. For what?
Their backup, I would start him over Zeke, honestly.
Pollard?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's more explosive. He has bigger plays.
Zeke
stumbles for-
what's he averaging? Like
Zeke?
2-3 yards.
I don't
a
know what
carry?
it is this year, but I know last year it was record-setting low for him.
It's pretty bad. So
I mean, I'm taking the Lions in that one.
There we go.
listen, we got
Alright.
this game.
Fuck
on
the
lock,
Cowboys.
all right? We
Fuck
got
the
this-
Cowboys.
Fuck America's team.
Giants, Jags, 3 to the Jags.
That's at
Jags by
Jacksonville.
3,
Yeah.
yeah. Jags by 3. I don't know. I think the Giants are a little overrated.
The Giants are overrated, but the Jaguars were also deemed a respectable team after 3 weeks of the season, and they're not. They're okay.
Yeah.
But the Giants have a good team.
I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants. That's at Jacksonville too.
You know, yeah.
Saquon's gonna run.
Saquon is
run it down their throat.
He's running all around them.
They somehow their head coach, man, they're playing to Danny Dimes' skill set and not adding anything else to it. Daniel Jones is playing good,
He is. He is.
and I hate Daniel Jones. He's terrible. So they're making it work.
Hey.
Fuck the Giants, but they're getting this one. They're gonna be. What are they gonna be? 6-1. Wow.
It's pretty damn good.
Next up on the slate, we got the Packers versus the Commanders. Green Bay by 5.
Okay, Green Bay. Same thing that's going on with the Bucks. That's the bounce back game. Green Bay is gonna win big. Green Bay it should be minus 13. They're gonna torch the Commanders. Carson Wentz gonna throw 3 picks.
I'm just gonna put this out there right
Aaron
now.
Rodgers,
I'm not rooting
revenge game.
for Washington for a long time. I almost refuse to call the Commanders. Look,
Terrible name.
I hate the organization.
It's the worst.
Hate the organization. Packers by 5. Let's go. Packers.
You know, it's pretty much the same here. We don't.
Go
I
Packers.
don't like the Packers.
Go Pack, go.
I'm not a Packer guy, but I'm not rooting for Washington. I can't do it. I can't. Sorry. Not sorry. I don't give a shit.
Colts Titans. Titans 2.5.
What an ugly game. Who wants to watch that game? You're only watching that game
You don't want to watch
if
the
you
kid?
live.
Derrick Henry?
No.
No?
No.
Hey, he's gonna
But
put on a show.
The Titans are boring to watch. Derrick Henry is cool, but
Other than that,
but
know,
Derrick
it's-
Henry, how Derrick Henry works, you'll watch 3/4 of him getting 1 yard to carry, and then the fourth,
he'll
the D is
blow
worn
up.
down. But the
Yeah.
games are just they're so gritty and
That was gonna be my question: is who actually wants to watch running football anymore? Nobody.
But
Let's face it, passing is where it's at.
Matt Ryan's washed up.
I definitely love me some running football. I'm not gonna lie.
So do I.
Keep
I'm a
it
huge
traditional.
fan. I'm a huge fan of running, but even I get bored by it sometimes.
I don't like either
I don't.
quarterback in that matchup.
It's just gonna be a boring game.
Ryan Tannehill's never been that guy. Matt
gonna be
Ryan's
watching,
washed up.
you know?
But give me the
Well,
Titans.
you're the one
Give me
over
the
here
Titans.
praising Derrick Henry.
Lions, Cowboys, all the way.
calm down. You guys could very easily end up 1-5 against the Cowboys.
Give me the Titans.
Nah. 2-3. We're not counting the Seahawks game.
I was
we're
wondering
not
how that
counting.
match shook out.
Gino.
Yeah, we're not.
Slicing and dicing.
Yeah, we can. Next one. Yeah. We
What,
don't need that.
what were we thinking for that game? Colts Titans. I said give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I got Tennessee. Big King.
I guess. I mean,
I like their
2.5,
I like their
it's
I like
really like-
I like their head coach.
you just need to win by a field goal.
That's what that game will look like.
I don't think the Colts are gonna beat them. So
The Colts will be in the game with 5 minutes left.
I just. It's. Do you think they're gonna win by a field goal? Or
It's just
less?
not gonna be a
That's
fun
the
game to watch.
question You need to ask.
Yeah.
And that's a. I think if you're winning, you're probably gonna win by 3 points or more. So I'd take
Weirder
Titans.
things have happened.
Texans Raiders 7.
Dude, the Raiders are the best. I think they're 1-4. They just had their bye. The best 1-4 team of all time. The Raiders are such a good team. And that's the thing, they play in the AFC West. That is by far the hardest division of football. You got the Chargers and the Chiefs to deal with. And then the Broncos are the Broncos right now, but
Yeah, we don't need to talk about.
I wouldn't want to deal with the Chargers and the Chiefs.
That's Future's team. Denver.
That's 4 games. That could be 4 L's.
Why?
Huh? Everybody's thinking it.
That man.
Everybody knows
that
it.
man is having a hard enough year without you adding stuff like that to his
It's
his
not
plate.
me. Future's the one that still smashed on C. Exactly what.
All right, that's not what this. This is not what this is about at all.
My fault.
We're not even on the Broncos game yet.
I apologize. I thought we brought up the Broncos recently.
Brought up Russell Wilson.
Cool. Yeah, Future's team.
It's okay.
Future's son.
All
Russell
right.
Wilson.
So
Yeah, give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. Devontae's getting it going.
You're getting off topic. I don't know. You mean to tell me a 1-4 team is covering their spread by 7?
Who are they playing again?
Texans?
Yes.
Yeah, considering Houston is ass, so yeah, definitely go with the Raiders.
Dude, they had the Chiefs on the ropes.
All
They
right.
should have beaten the Chiefs.
You know what? I'm gonna go against these two.
Really?
I'm gonna say the Texans.
I'm going to send you that final score tomorrow.
You'll see it.
All right. Fair enough. Jets, Broncos. Now feel free to take a dump all over
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
your Russell
The
rant.
Jets versus Futures team. Is that's what we're talking? What's the spread on that?
+2.
+2 to the Jet. Oh, Future's supposed to lose this game. All right. Well, it is what it is. You know.
Not to mention you're giving up points at home.
Sorry, +2 to the -2 Denver.
No, -2 Jets. The Jets are favored
Jets
by
getting
2
too much. Oh, okay.
at Denver.
Yeah. It's
That's right. That's
Giving
right. Yeah,
points
yeah,
at home.
Wow.
You're all right. First of all, I don't even know why you're being so mean to Russell Wilson.
Oh,
He's not
also,
even playing
yeah, I was
this
about to say,
week.
yeah, he ain't even playing.
because Future's gonna be in the game. Future Hendricks is gonna be starting quarterback. That's why he was injured. Did you guys not know this?
All right. I don't even.
No, but
We hate Russ.
we got the Jets. We got the Jets. I just
Zach
don't-
Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson. Believe. He ain't that good,
He
but
was being so mean to a nice guy.
And that's the thing right there. The fact that I can be mean to Russell Wilson because he's so soft, he's so damn sorry.
Who's stop. Now you're just going off on a rant about.
No,
Hallelujah,
it's not
bro.
even a-
Robert
we're not
Saleh.
even gonna-
Hallelujah. Bringing the Jets back. Go Jets.
Let's get to it.
We got the Jets. We got the Jets. We're not gonna watch that game either.
Well, it's just one of those times. Is like when we were talking about week 1, Tampa Bay being favored by like 1.5 over.
Week 1, Tampa Bay was a lock.
Bro,
And-
it was 1.5 going into the Dallas
Yeah.
game, and we were sitting there talking about it. We're like, you mean to tell me that the only way we lose this is if Dallas wins or they win by 1? Are you kidding me right now? Yes. I don't think the Broncos are winning. First of all, I don't even. what's the guy's name who's starting? Brett Rypien?
He's Cheeks. I don't know his name.
Who is he? Nobody. And then I mean, like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a low scoring
He
game.
ain't no
doubt.
Bailey. He ain't no Bailey Zappi.
He's damn sure not a Nick Foles.
Legend.
But I mean, the thing is like, do you think the game's gonna be decided by 1 point? That's the question here. You either think the Broncos are gonna win, or you think the Jets can only win by 1 point. That's
The Jets are winning. The Jets are winning that game.
The Jets easily win by a field goal, because first of all, Broncos are only gonna score field goals. So I feel very comfortable.
The Broncos. I don't think it would be a bad bet to bet that the Broncos will have less than 10. You could easily cash in on that bet.
I would love to see the over-under on this game. I would love to see the over-under on this game.
I think when I looked at it, I believe it was 37.
Ooh, 37. Yeah,
And I said, because when we were looking earlier, I said I would bet the under on this all day.
I'm taking the under all freaking day. Both these teams struggle to put up points, and let's face it, Denver's probably going to hold them to some degree. So, yeah, I mean, Jets definitely.
2 defensive touchdowns in that game.
In which game?
Broncos Jets.
Oh, for real? All right, well.
That's the only way that they're going to get touchdowns.
I don't really see. Those are 2 offenses that can't do much.
Mm-hmm.
Defense wins championships, so just remember that, So it's going to be a defensive game.
Points wins games, and Denver cannot score. So problem number 1, score some points, Denver. Because we were looking at their games, and it was just abysmal. They had like 2 games where they struggled to get like double-digit points.
Denver's look like that every game.
It's sad. It's sad.
Hackett.
Yeah.
Hackett's gonna get the axe end of the year.
Before his injury, Russell Wilson getting all that money to do.
First year head coach. He's gonna be a one and done. But who else?
So next up, we got the Chiefs Niners. Chiefs are favored by 1 at Sanford.
That's tough. I wouldn't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes. And
I'm taking that.
Really?
I got to go with the 49ers.
Wow, okay.
Whoa.
The 49ers did just get C-Mac.
Yeah.
He's going to play.
That's a great pickup.
Mm-hmm. It's a win now move.
And I just want to see, Patty Mahomes lose. I wouldn't be too upset about that.
I can understand that.
You a hater?
The Chiefs by 1? The Chiefs by 1? So you mean to tell me if the Chiefs win by anything other than 1, I'm winning? Oh, yeah. Sign me up. I think if the Chiefs win, they're easily winning by 2 points or more.
But you're taking the Niners in the game?
No. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
I'd take the Chiefs. I'd take the spread, and I'd take the money line.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy, the Niners, they lost last week. They didn't look good.
New week, baby.
I do like Debo. I love Debo Samuel.
I think we do need to.
I didn't need Debo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey.
Back to this though, what's with the Patty Mahomes hate here?
Yeah.
Patty Mahomes hate? It's not really hate. It's just I don't want to see him win against 49ers. I don't. There's no really hate about it. It's just why
he likes porn star Jimmy.
I don't know what that's about, but I don't know what that's about at all.
You're a
Jimmy G
fan. Where's this 49ers love coming in at?
It's not really love. It's just I don't want to see Patty Mahomes win. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't want to see Patty Mahomes win
against the 49ers? Yes.
What? Where? What? How? Why?
So if we were to put them on like a totem pole, I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Correct.
If we had to, decipher between 49ers, if we had to decipher between the 49ers and Patty Mahomes, it's, 49ers has that edge to me.
Why?
With me, huh?
Yeah, I don't.
No. This is just strictly
feeling.
This is strictly opinionated. Yeah, there's no stats about it. There's no nothing. It's just strictly.
Yeah, there's some teams you just can't get behind. No, I get it.
Patty Mahomes is, unfortunately, he's got to take that weight. It is what it is.
Yo, what is with you and hating nice quarterbacks? Patty Mahomes.
This is a very violent sport. You know what I'm saying? And these pretty motherfuckers got to get hit. You know what I'm saying? I liked him when he was getting his ass ran through by by Tampa Bay's defense when Tom won his ring. You know what I'm saying? That's what I liked him. You know what I'm saying? He was throwing his ass off. Pause. Little light skinned nigga he was flinging that ball around. Pause.
Hey,
I'm
wait.
gonna take the mic back.
I'll just end it with this.
I don't
Chiefs.
like where you were headed.
I think the last time Chiefs Niners played was the Super Bowl. You know how that ended.
Chiefs played the Niners in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Niners were up double digits, I think, with 6 minutes to go, give or take.
When was that?
When was that? The Eagles won the Super Bowl, and then the Pats won the Super Bowl. And then the Chiefs and Niners play in the Super Bowl. So it was a year after the Patriots beat the Rams. Beat Jared Goff. Because Belichick has Jared Goff's number.
Unfortunately. But yeah, we got the Niners.
No, we don't.
All right. We do not. I am definitely taking the Chiefs by one. You're
Okay.
just throwing money away like that.
It's okay. We can move on to the next one. You don't.
All right, if we're definite.
I wasn't asking for.
Hold on.
Agreement.
If you're sending me the game, the final of the Texans Raiders game, I want to be clear. We are also screenshotting and putting the Chiefs Niners game.
Oh, absolutely.
In the group chat.
Absolutely.
Especially if he's over here talking about we're taking the Niners when the Chiefs only have to win by 2 or more. Are you kidding me? Statistically speaking,
Come on. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes.
you're talking about a
You're fading
high-powered
those guys?
offense only winning by 1?
The Niners do have a good D.
And as I said before, defense wins championships. So we will see.
And as I said before, points wins game.
So hey, this is gonna be a good game.
Seahawks, Chargers 4.5 at the Chargers.
I don't know. See this. The
Give me.
Seahawks
I would
just
take.
raped us. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can't say that. I'm not gonna.
Oh, I didn't.
Jesus Christ, you guys are gonna get steam on.
Man,
Not even
it
broadcast
happened.
yet.
They fucked us. All right, we got
I don't
fucked.
even know if you can say that.
You can say that. Well, we can bleep the other one out.
All right.
It is
We'll
what
bleep
is.
it out. We'll bleep it out.
Alright.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
But give me money line LA, and I take the spread for Seattle. Seattle's tough.
Yeah.
Gino's been balling somehow.
I feel like in my mind that just means that it's time for them to fall apart soon,
Seattle.
as the Seahawks have done
Yeah.
quite literally over the last decade.
You know, it's
So I mean,
unfortunate.
it's a tough one for me. I might actually stay out of that one. I might stay neutral.
I was also thinking of doing the same thing because I
I
don't
can't.
know.
I'm not sure
I
on
don't
that
know.
one.
I don't know too much about either of them. If I had to choose one, I would go with Seahawks because
See, that's a tough one.
they fucked us.
I took the spread, but a different team money line.
Yeah. See, and that's what game was that? It was a game that I would have done that on. I'll have to look back. But the last game of the day, Steelers Dolphins. Dolphins by 7.
The Tua return.
Wow.
Back from his concussion.
Let's face it. I think the Steelers got lucky last week against the Bucks.
The Steelers are garbage.
So
I think Mitch
I'm
Trubisky's playing. I believe. What's the rookie's name? Kenny Pickett. I believe he's out this weekend.
I want to take the Dolphins like money line, and then take the Steelers spread just because I'm a little unsure on the Dolphins covering that one because like the Steelers are just one of those teams that feels like one of those asshole teams that ruins your parlay when you take something like that. You're like,
So Mike Tomlin
Dolphins easily by 2 touchdowns.
Mike Tomlin's so
10
proud.
points.
He takes these shitty teams and gets them to 8-8 or no, you know, and then it's something to look back on and be proud of.
Yeah, exactly.
The Steelers are the most boring to watch football team. They for the past 20 years they've been that way.
That's a solid assessment.
Yeah.
That is a solid assessment. They're not really, too
Well
spectacular.
coached, yeah, but they're never fun to watch ever.
That is a bold
Ben
faced lie.
Roethlisberger-
Watching
Ben-
James Harrison
Wow.
run 102 yards was absolutely hilarious for when he sat his fat ass down in that end zone.
That was not funny
That was hilarious.
because that was Kurt Warner's Super Bowl that he deserved.
And
All right, I'm not going to sit here and argue about a bag boy.
Kurt Warner's better than Ben Roethlisberger.
That may be true, but who had the head-to-head?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you how the Super Bowl went.
Yeah, I can too.
All right. Now that conversation's over. I mean, hey, so you got the Dolphins.
I got Miami. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Tua's back. That's been a lethal combination. I have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in fantasy. Lethal combination.
Tua coming back is one of the reasons I want to take it, but I'm
Even
unsure.
If Teddy Bridgewater is good to go too, because they've been good offensively with Teddy Bridgewater, and I don't have any faith in the Steelers. So you could beat the Steelers with Teddy Bridgewater with Miami's offense because Miami's offense is insane.
In all fairness, if we were filming this last week, you would have taken the Bucks over the Steelers.
I would have.
I mean, I would have too, but once again.
But the Steelers didn't deserve to win that game.
But they did.
I know. But
That's
I'm not. It is, but I'm not
looking at you guys.
I'm not going to look
Bucks.
at. I'm not going to look at that one game and predict that the Steelers are going to do that again because they're not. They're just not good enough.
Fair enough. So how are you going?
I'm gonna go on ahead and side with Miami.
Yeah, Miami's a Super Bowl contender. Sleeper. In the AFC, what would it
Pretty
go?
solid playoff.
Yeah, in the AFC, what would it go? Chiefs, Bills, and then you could argue Dolphins, you could argue Bengals, you can all argue Ravens. They all kind of have the same tier.
Yeah.
So, and the Steelers are not in that tier. Steelers are with the Commanders. Not as bad as the Panthers.
All right, so then next topic would be fantasy players, daily fantasy. T. Higgins is one of the people that I would. I was just looking a little bit today. I mean, the Falcons are giving up 6 most to wide receivers. That definitely could. He was underpriced on DraftKings, I believe.
Talking about T. Higgins?
Yeah.
The
One of
Bengals
one,
Bengals have a
everybody
great
goes for.
wide receiver matchup this weekend. Today.
But Tom Brady, I really do. I think Tom Brady is going to torch.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely torch the Panthers. I honestly think he might throw for over 400. I think he could, and if he does, he's gonna go absolutely nuts.
I would
on
love to see
fantasy
it. I would
because
love
it'd
to see it.
Probably be like 400 yards, probably 3 tutties, 3 tutties, especially if they're favored by 13. And and in this case, I would take that 13. I'm taking the money line, and I'm gonna take the spread. I think I'm gonna go with Tom on that.
I do like Tom a lot this week.
It goes back to the fact that they don't have a good defense. They don't have very healthy cornerbacks to stop a kind of very good, albeit struggling Tampa Bay offense.
And then do we like Tampa's defense as well?
Tampa's defense is stiff.
They're going into this game with a bad offense. So this is highlight nation. They're gonna enjoy this game, and I feel like they can really help your fantasy team. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then, you got P.J. Walker threw for 60 yards last week.
They're gonna struggle. They're gonna be down. They're gonna have to try and make up ground. Their shitty quarterbacks are gonna throw interceptions. Give the Bucs great field position.
Yeah.
The Bucs are gonna dominate that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game to watch. Very, very fun if you don't like running football.
But bro, if I had to pick a fantasy matchup to look out for, it would be the Miami Dolphins. It'd be Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
I can see that too.
I believe the Steelers have the 31st ranked defense as far as against wide receivers in fantasy.
I was gonna say they normally struggle against wide receivers.
Yeah.
They really like their defense has almost never been, even when they were good back in the day. When we was talking about that Super Bowl, man, like that was a solid defensive line and linebacker core. It wasn't really your cornerbacks and safeties out there killing it for you. I mean, they were good, but
Who are we talking about?
Steelers. They just
Palomalo.
almost. Yeah, but I mean, like, they had who?
No, you
Okay.
said safeties weren't that good. I just
But-
I hate the
but
Steelers.
Your safety is not really like, if your safety is doing a lot of your coverage, it's probably because you're leaning on your safety because you don't have good cornerbacks.
like
You
I
had
said,
James
they were never fun.
Harrison.
They were never
You
very
had
fun
James
to watch.
Harrison locking up the middle, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
Ryan Shazier going crazy until he broke his back.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Ryan Shazier.
Whoa, where'd that come from?
I've known this.
Don't
Yeah.
like Ryan Shazier.
Can I real quick? We don't have to dive too much into the topic, but I just want to know because that's one of my
We'll do this
favorite
off camera.
linebackers.
This is off camera.
Okay. Might have a lot of people upset with that, but hey, fuck you. Anyways,
We're gonna have a lot of people upset with me because I don't like Ryan Shazier, but you're over here just shitting on Patty Mahomes.
And Russell
and
Wilson.
Russell Wilson, yes.
All right, but first, it's not like people love Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Like,
We
whatever.
love Future.
See, but the Patty Mahomes doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand where this Patty Mahomes hate comes.
It's not the hate. It's the Niners love. He loves the Niners
Essentially.
deep down.
I
Porn star
think you
Jimmy.
need to look at the scale. He said Detroit's up here, right? This is love, and then he put them both down here. This is like like. Either it's
they're
like
they're like all right. I wouldn't say like, all right.
all right, so he's almost exactly neutral on the 49ers and somehow almost neutral on Patty Mahomes, but will go out of his way to root for the Niners over Patty Mahomes
Indeed.
and put money against Patty Mahomes.
Indeed.
Patty Mahomes has a tough fantasy matchup today. The Niners are number 4. I'm not looking at this up, by the way, but I remember from looking at my lineup. But Patty's one of those guys you just leave him in. 'Cause Patty's a dog when it comes to fantasy. I think he's the number 2 ranked quarterback in fantasy. It doesn't matter the matchup with a quarterback like Patty, Josh Allen. You just leave those guys in the game, in your lineup.
Speaking of fantasy today, Saquon. We talked about him earlier when we were talking about the matchup, but Saquon's probably going to go off today.
Saquon is back to,
Saquon.
yeah.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
That is the man.
I'd almost be tempted to take the Lions defense too. I think Dak's probably going to throw a couple picks. I'm not going to lie. First game back, I don't see him showing out well.
I'd want the Bucks defense.
I mean, yeah.
But if you can't get to the Bucks defense, I'd appreciate it if you went to the Detroit Lions defense. Why not? What do you have
once
to
again,
What's his name? Is it Dan Campbell? Head coach?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna get them boys ready. I love him, dude.
I mean,
Solid.
like if you think about it,
His
Dak's
attitude,
coming back.
his press conferences are hilarious.
Dak
is not that good.
Dallas isn't going to put up points. They could easily hold them low and get some picks or a fumble or something. I see Detroit as like a unlikely matchup to go so well, and I just see them doing it. I took them over the 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
As Jacob said, the Eagles they showed out their defense. They showed us what the Cowboys really
The
are.
Eagles have a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys, by the way.
And the Detroit Lions gave the Eagles crazy work. We didn't win the game, but hey, it was.
The Lions are tough.
We're not ones to just count out just because we're Detroit.
But bro, Dallas, the media hyped up their defense so much because they had no offense. So if Dallas is winning and they have no offense, oh my God, it's the best defense since the 85 Bears.
Right. Y'all saw what the fuck
They got exposed.
Yeah,
They were talking about their defense like they were historically great. The Eagles have top 3 defense in the NFL. Cowboys ain't in the top 3.
You know, Eagles are going nuts this year. I will say that. The Eagles are going.
We're
nuts.
gonna rest up and enjoy the bye week.
I think
Come back better.
if you look at the Panthers, I think there's somebody there. They just let's face it. There's something has to happen for them, right? Like they have to. They're not gonna throw the ball that much. So they gotta figure out what running backs they want to go with in the future. So I would feel comfortable trying to pick one of their backs up for like the low, so I could move up.
Carolina's back
position, yeah.
Chuba Hubbard. He's gonna get carries.
That's what I was.
I had him a year or two ago in
dude
fantasy, and he was good because C-Mac's always injured.
I think the other guy had a higher. I forget which one, but there was one other guy, but they were real close. But I mean, it's just one of those times in fantasy that I feel like somebody's coming in. Something's got to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like what's the chances that they get in there and just can't move the ball at all? They just can't pass it. They can't run it. Like, you know how. But I mean, then again, that's exactly the thought process on how the Bucs are going to cover 13 points. So, I mean, but I just feel like, you go for one of them, they're going to get you they're probably pretty cheap on both FanDuel and DraftKings. Save a little bit of money there and go for
Go splurge.
Yeah, go splurge on, probably Tom Brady.
Yeah, we got any final thoughts on this weekend slate of games or fantasy?
It's gonna be a great weekend to watch football. I hope you guys enjoy. Fuck America's football team.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Detroit all the way.
It's gonna be nice to watch games and not have to worry about watching the Eagles game.
Oh yeah, hey.
Sunday feels more open. I feel like I'm required to watch when the Eagles play. Yeah, fuck Dallas. Neil?
Nothing really. Just looking once again. That Jets-Broncos game is really... It's really throwing me for a loop. I keep looking at the Jets by 2. I don't know. It's hard.
Take the Jets.
I don't know.
Just don't take Broncos.
Those are 2 terrible teams right there.
I agree.
And
the Jets aren't terrible.
They have a nice defense, don't they?
The Jets are good. Hey, they're in my top 10 right now. Best teams.
Came out of nowhere.
Really?
Came out of nowhere too. Yeah. There.
I'm
not gonna say.
I'll post my top 10 power rankings on the
Twitter
somewhere.
You should have enough room on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Broncos do suck. Like, it's just I don't know.
They could potentially be much better without Future's son being on the field. His head is not in the game because Future's smashing on his wife. So, hey, quarterback with a clear mind, clear head can come in and do some crazy things. This is the NFL, the highest level of football.
But didn't you say they have their starting running back injured too?
Who? Seattle?
Denver.
Yeah. Melvin Gordon's their starting running back. That's a big problem. He's a fumble machine.
Well,
butters it up.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened. And always remember, unless that clock says 0-0 in the fourth quarter, there's a lot of football left.
Just not in the Colts-Titans game, because they're going to be running the ball. No, I'm just playing. Derrick Henry. How do you feel about Derrick Henry fantasy-wise? You were just over here praising him and his running.
Well, I mean,
Who is the
obviously
quarterback
you'd have to.
Tannehill, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you might as well keep Derrick Henry in. You know, why not? Derrick Henry.
Yeah, always.
Derrick
If
Henry's
you
gonna
have
do his
if you
job.
have Derrick Henry, you're playing Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's gonna do his job regardless of the night. You know what I'm saying? So keep Derrick Henry in.
But I definitely think those Carolina backs are sleepers. I think you could steal one right there.
No,
Steal it, but you could definitely
I
steal a
remember
position
Chuba
right there.
Hubbard being really good.
I don't see them. They were, as we were reading online earlier, they were trying to praise their. We're gonna get some new wide receivers, and I'm like, all right, you guys threw 16 passes last game for 60 yards. You had 10 completions for 60 yards. I doubt we're gonna see you moving the chains through the air. I definitely see a heavy run game coming our way. But then again, Tampa Bay is shown to be kind of rocky.
A little bit rocky. They'll get it together.
But
Go 12.
Let's go Lions. That's my final thoughts.
Fuck
going
Dallas.
Lions. We're going Lions. Y'all heard it here. It's gonna be an upset. America's football team, they're going to be, crying on the sidelines. There's going to be a lot of upset fans. And I'm going to be
In
cheering.
Dallas.
Is Jared Goff going off?
Jared Goff is
Jared
going
Goff.
nuts.
Yep, he's going nuts.
Jared Goff is going nuts, man.
It would be kind of funny to watch.
Jared Goff has
Dallas-
huge games.
It would be kind of
Yeah,
funny to
he
watch
just-
Dallas give up so much on their defensive side again.
They get Dak back and they're terrible.
What I'm hoping is that the loss from the Eagles is still lingering in their mind so bad that they're still falling apart and they haven't fixed it.
Yeah, they labeled themselves Super Bowl champs 6 weeks into the year.
Right. So I hope that
Until they got humbled.
Yeah. So,
Whoa.
I
I did not know that. Who said that?
Any Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Cowboys media.
those are the most delusional people on earth. Okay.
But then Dallas, then the Cowboys start to believe it though.
Yeah.
And,
Who was it? Their
well,
coach
it was
who
it was
said
it
that
was
we
it
took a poll and like 95% of the nation said that we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Like,
what's his name? What's his name? DeMarcus Lawrence
Yeah.
for Dallas.
Yeah.
Before they played,
Okay,
played the Eagles, he said he was talking about their defense and like Dallas defense, and he goes, "Oh well, they've never played us." Like they were asking him a question about the Eagles' offense and how to stop it and how they've been pretty much bulldozing all these other teams. He's like, well, they haven't played us. Like their defense, they hype their defense up so much. That's just in the show with saying "fuck Dallas." I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah. Dallas, you're not gonna get any love on this podcast.
Dallas got me heated just talking about
But-
Dallas.
The Lions. We got a Lions fan, and we are gonna take the Lions this week. That is gonna be.
Detroit.
That's a big moneymaker right there. You take the Lions. Lions are. They're at very least covering that 6.5. There's no way Dallas is winning by an entire touchdown. They're not that good. All right, but thanks for joining us. Those are our DFS picks and our predictions for this week. Let us know how we did in the comments section.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week.